Good morning, everyone. Welcome to People Without Pants. I say morning because even though it's 8 p.m., the sunlight is still pouring into my room.
And currently we are trading on the Japanese stock market. Konnichiwa, I am Nixon.
I'm not going to repeat that in case it's racist.
It's not racist.
I know, but just in case.
Larry Chan is not very favorable of non-Western cultures. Unfortunately, you can see this through his refusal to bow in the face of not adversity but politeness.
You think that I actually like Western culture? Because I don't.
I
Like,
don't know.
I mean, I like things about it, but, I also dislike a lot of things about it.
Nah, you're definitely Western culture's biggest warrior. Like you get out the fucking like shield helmet from Dark Souls that like all the Crusader cosplayers love, and the whole big ass great shield, and you're just like, leave the Odyssey alone.
So I'm
Get away
actually
from Sydney Sweeney.
a week from today is when I'm seeing the Odyssey, not because I don't want to see it, but because it's only $5 if I see it on a Tuesday, and am I really worried about getting spoiled?
I was it on stream where I was talking about going mad over this?
I don't think so.
Oh no, I called you specifically to bitch, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was. Folks, I'm going insane. I'm losing my goddamn fucking mind over this conversation. Like,
Yeah.
okay, fuck it, Larry. Can we pull up like some receipts to make sure that I'm not gonna get chased down by the specific group of people who I'm targeting with this?
What kind of receipts do you want me to grab?
The Odyssey itself.
Uh, Hang on. Share screen.
Listen, folks, it's 26. If you're gonna fight me on using Wikipedia, go fucking look into how hard it is to edit it. Because, like, I want to be clear, it is not what your fucking like grandfather ass teacher told you. No. Could you pull up like the actual Odyssey? Yeah. Cool. I can't see for shit. Let me see if I can adjust that. Cool.
I
Oh.
put that up as if you can read it.
So right, I appreciate that.
Hey,
Uh,
you know what? Fucking Latin and shit. I don't know.
you're right. I do know Latin. Does not help me whatsoever here.
Well, you never know.
Okay, so folks, I hate that we're gonna have to do a basic history lesson, but we gotta do a basic history lesson. The Odyssey. It's a really old fucking story, and I just need to specify something. This story was not written by Homer,
It was written down by Homer
written down by Homer. It's not
after
the
being
same thing.
preserved verbally for a few centuries.
Very old fucking story.
Yeah.
Now, real talk. Does anyone know what the Mediterranean was like pre, let's just say pre Jesus, make my fucking life easy.
I'd imagine it was like most of the world back then, a little bit chaotic.
It was more chaotic than most
Yeah.
because it was essentially the center of a trade hub where, or the center of the meeting of multiple trade routes. So all the fucking like land routes that are proto Silk Road and later gonna be known as Silk Road, um all of the trade from Eastern and Western Africa, all of the trade from North Africa, all of the trade from the boot of Italy and just all the surroundings, all the like there's a lot of fucking places here that are just being accessed at the same time. I say this because I keep having to fucking like make this argument with people. This is not isolated islands of tribalism. Yeah, tribalism exists. No, like it's not some fucking like super kumbaya state. No, like it's not that. But what it is not also is some fucking homogenized strain of Greek people. And I say Greek people even hesitantly because what people are describing isn't really Greek people, but modern Western Europeans. A big argument that's come up in antiquity. Why are a lot of the noses broken off from statues that seem to be preserved very well? There's a lot of North Africans. There's a lot of North Africans. There's also a movement by the papacy when they took over the Vatican, which has a lot of those statues, mind you, folks. I'm fucking but and there was a movement by them as well as a lot of the I think it was church led, but don't quote me on this exact point. Those statues got repainted. The shit used to have color.
Yeah.
But like, I think there's this weird modern conception that they're all like always white, and they were all always white.
Yeah, because nobody ever actually reads books or goes to history class or learns anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you do you want to pull up some of the original ones before they painted them? I always have a hard time finding photos of this. I know I had one on my hard drive somewhere.
Ancient Greek statues.
Yeah, like it's not like I look into this a lot, but
I mean, here's some.
Is that like a type in non-painted? Dang it. See, because like I guess someone what I'm describing is the first painting, so it's like a hard. I don't know what you call this.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know much about this era's artwork. Like, I mean, I know the basics, but I don't know much about like the technical terminology.
I saw something out there that might be relevant, polychromy, but it's been a while, my friend. It's been a long fucking
This
while.
isn't specifically what you were asking for, but it is related.
Yeah, that's that. The article is going in the same direction.
Yeah. I don't think it'll let me read it because it's the New Yorker, but
I mean, there is all that skip paywall websites. For folks, fun fact: Google the word skip paywall, click the first one, find that news article that you hate, put it in there. Accessibility. Why am I telling you this? Because paywalls are fucking evil, and that is how the idea of print journalism died. So, like,
yeah, it is really telling that Fox News and Breitbart and those fucking lunatics never paywall their articles.
Well, it's not news. It's almost like if Rupert goes in court, it tells you this is an entertainment network. You should fucking treat it like an entertainment network.
Yeah, they literally said in court, quote, no reasonable person could take Fox News seriously. And the court just fucking let them get away with that shit.
That's an example of real court failing.
Yeah, that's fucking absurd.
Because like, listen, I almost have to like say, I expect the corporate capitalist to do evil corporate capitalist shit. Because like, it's in his best interest to be like, hey, if I do this, I can get money. He's a fucking villain. I've read a comic book or two, like you don't have to explain his motivation to me. What shouldn't happen is the U.S. legal system bending over, arching that back, and saying, yes. That should not be the case.
Which hole is the legal system using for this one, or are they alternating?
The legal system does not care about cleanliness.
With its mouth and 2 other places in an order that would surprise you.
I don't know that quote. I'm more thinking of the legal system as that one guy in any Darren Aronofsky movie who is very visually upsetting, who you will know from Requiem from a Dream.
Yes, yes.
Ass the ass. Yeah, yeah. Because he's in his other movies too, and every time he's just like, oh,
You remember
who
College
are you?
Humor Batman from like 2009?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Or I guess
Like,
this one would have been 2012.
Are we talking like Bat Metal?
No, like, College Humor fucking.
Yeah, no, so dumb. You know what I'm talking about when like they like take
Oh,
off
yeah. Oh, my
all
God.
the Deathlock songs and like they'd have Batman just punching the shit out of dudes. I'm so fucking smart. You're so fucking dumb. That's right.
Well, the only one I really know is the one where it's like they're parodying the whole Talia reveal from Dark Knight Rises, but he's just still hung up on the fact that they had sex.
Oh, yes, yes. Still hit.
Yeah. She tamed my monster with her mouth and 2 other places in an order that would surprise you. What was the other one was rubber suit really seals in the flavor.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, folks, we are people without pants. Not sure if we said that. Did we say that?
We did.
But
Unless you count fucking possibly. The shorts I'm wearing are possibly intended to be a bathing suit given the lining on the inside, but they were in the athletic shorts section of Target and they fit just fine, so I bought them.
All right, folks. R.I.P. Larry's balls. We're starting a GoFundMe for the crazy amounts of lotion you will have to buy for the Chafe campaign.
Oh no, I got underwear on, don't worry. It's weird because like they fit like shorts, but they have a bit of a lining inside like a bathing suit would.
While I'm less concerned for your balls, the idea of wearing underwear under something with a lining now is like it's setting off that part of my brain where like a white person might be a serial killer. Just so you know, like it's that one little like part. It's like, no, that's not how humans do.
I'm assuming it's supposed to like offer because they're not really a bathing suit texture. Like they feel like gym short texture and like they fit like gym shorts and everything. So I think maybe it's supposed to be like a sweat wicking lining or something. I don't know. All I know is that I tried them on in the fucking changing room and they fit reasonably well, and I said good enough, and I threw them in the shopping cart. What? I washed them. Jesus, fucking. Do you think I'm a degen?
I mean, yes.
Well, I am a degen, but not like that.
Like you are 100% a degen.
My mind is filthy. My body is always clean. What?
You sure about that?
Yeah, I shower every. Dude, my face and hair gets so fucked up if I skip like a single day of showering. Like I shower every fucking day, no matter what.
Yeah, but you still be putting yourself in nasty situations.
Well, honestly, no, not that often.
I mean, that's true. You do be living in your house.
Well, even when I was out earlier today and I'm like using my fucking shirt hemline to grab doorknobs because I don't trust these fucking ramburglars around me.
Hypochondriac.
Yeah, but
yeah,
but as a result, I get a cold once every like 3 years, so it's worth it.
I really don't know if it is. Because like you're gonna end up just fighting like a super bug one of these days.
Oh god, the next pandemic's coming.
you're once again hypochondriac. No, the next pandemic is not coming. Do not fearmonger.
No, I'm not saying like soon, but there will be another one day. I hope I'm wrong, but
There
man,
will be a supernova of our sun. Like, who gives a fuck?
well, if I'm still alive when it happens, I give a fuck.
You think there's gonna be another pandemic during your lifetime?
I don't know if it's going to be as extensive as that one, but I definitely think it's not impossible that there are like localized stay-at-home orders for like certain cities or states.
That's always existed.
Well, yeah, but it used to be rare enough that when you heard about it, it was a big deal. Whereas I think I think it's gonna be a common news story 30 years from now to hear like, well, all of Tallahassee shut down because of a measles outbreak or whatever.
I don't know, guy. I'm still really hesitant to disbelieve that this is not like a result of the internet and information spreading to a point.
That's true too.
Like, cause like, listen, the last like the last pandemic we had, and it's not the same kind of thing, I know, but like polio.
I was thinking more like the 1918 flu, the Spanish flu as they called it back then.
Well, yeah, but that's pre-polio.
I think polio was more like endemic. That was just a thing that was around.
Yeah,
Like a century.
yeah. Fair enough.
That one's coming back, by the way. Don't worry.
I mean, I guess at most I could call it an epidemic.
Oh, speaking of polio, fucking Mitch McConnell. There's some fun news there.
Does he have polio?
He did as a child, which is one of my sources of evidence that he shouldn't be allowed to be in politics if he's old enough that he had polio. Yeah, so Mitch McConnell released proof of life that was very obviously not real. Did you hear about this?
I did not hear about this. You see this? You hear about this? I did not.
Yeah, so Mitch, I'll just fuck off, Washington Post. Fuck you. So, as proof of life, Mitch McConnell released a statement from his office, which, a written statement, that is what it is. Sure. But they also released this photo as proof that he's still alive. Do you recognize the problem?
I guess it's the wrong newspaper.
Well, that's speculated as well. No, I was going to point out both of these two are visibly like 2 to 6 years younger than they actually are.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just a really good day for them.
For her, I believe that, but I saw this motherfucker 3 months ago, and he looked rough. What the hell are you wearing? You look like a fucking plague doctor. But, okay, that's weird. Yeah, so Mitch McConnell looks he looks several years younger. His wife also looks several years younger. This newspaper, I swear to God, I fucking recognize this photo, and I swear to God, this is like an old paper.
I don't think I know this photo.
I don't know the exact one, and of course I could be misremembering, but like people online, at least for whatever this is worth, are like trying to do deep dive on like, oh, what fucking newspaper is that? What month and date and whatever is it from? Anyway, Mitch McConnell's still fucking dying. I saw the video of them carting his ass out of his fucking house into the ambulance, and they were not Russian.
Well, no, they're Americans.
Yes, true. They were not hurrying. They drove off without the siren on.
They didn't even give him the old JFK special.
What's that?
Oh, that's when you rush to make it look like this guy definitely is dead.
Oh, the Charlie Kirk, yeah, the Charlie Kirk maneuver. I know that one.
I feel like JFK should get it named after him. not Mr. fucking Christian Neck.
True. The JFK one is funnier, but just Charlie Kirk, I just remember because it was so recently, and also because they're like, sources tell me Charlie is stable. Please God, it's like no, he was dead before he fucking hit the ground, guys. You might have delayed officially pronouncing him dead, but like he was dead before his fucking body fell out of that chair.
Like that man died. I'm sorry to say, bro, he was dead.
Not only was that a huge amount of blood, but it was very dark red arterial blood. Like, I watched a thing about it where the guy had his stepfather who was like a Vietnam era combat medic watch the video, and I'm paraphrasing, of course, but I believe his stepdad's comment was, "You could shoot him like that in a prepped surgical room with a surgery team standing by, and it's a fucking gamble."
Yeah, no, he was fucking yeah, that was a good shot. Like,
I honestly think, because everyone's like, oh, only a trained sniper could make that shot. I honestly think that he was aiming for Charlie Kirk's big fat fucking head and missed, but got lucky.
I don't know, man. My big thing, I feel like people on the right can shoot. Needless to say, I think this Groiper just knew where the fuck he was aiming.
That's possible, yeah. Like a talented hobbyist could pull off that shot with the right scope. But it's funnier for me to imagine that he was aiming for his head but missed, but hit him anyway.
I suppose. Suppose.
I also that this is on my mind a little because the Tyler Robinson court stuff is going on. Did they ever get an actual confirmation of his politics and or his relationship with that Lance Twiggs person?
No, but why would they? Why would it matter?
It doesn't matter. It's just that if it turns out to be exactly what I thought it was, it just gives me even further evidence of the fact that I was right.
Dog, I think the left needs to stop worrying about being right and start worrying about being fucking in control.
I agree, but it is also really satisfying when all of my predictions turn out to be true.
Dog, that's some white leftist shit. The rest of us don't got time to be fucking satisfied.
Oh, I don't just mean politically, I mean like in anything. Like anytime I make a prediction at like the beginning of a movie and then I wind up being right, I'm like, yep, I knew it.
I'm only happy if the prediction was a good one. Haven't you ever started a movie and been like, oh no, I see
yeah,
exactly
constantly.
What you're doing.
Constantly, yes.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, you did the exact shitty thing I thought.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie Skyscraper? The Dwayne Johnson movie?
I am one of the smart human beings who saw that poster and went, hell no. Nah.
So did I, but then when it was on like HBO or whatever, my dad and I were just like, fuck it, let's give it a shot. We know it's gonna be dog shit, let's have some fun.
Okay.
And at the beginning of the movie, they're introducing Dwayne The Rock Johnson's character and his wife and kids and everything. And his wife is like, hey, can you help me with my phone? It's doing that thing again. And he's not like a tech guy, but he knows like the basics of tech because he's a soldier, right?
Up, down, left, right, B, A, start.
Basically, yes. So he like hard reboots her phone and then explains to her, and he might as well be looking right at the fucking camera. He explains to her, you can pretty much solve any computer problem by turning it off and on again.
You cannot.
Well, of course not. But then at the end of the movie, when she needs to reboot the high-tech building's high-tech security system, guess how she does it?
Okay, so like, for a better version of that, see South Park's The Internet of Wrath episode. And you can also get a fun Grapes of Wrath literary reference or two.
Yeah, true.
The episode's really black and white, for fuck's sake.
That movie's so fucking, like, I need to watch that movie again, because the whole notion of, like, because after Die Hard came out, they made a million Die Hard in an X, Die Hard
Yeah.
on an X. And eventually, sometime in the 90s, someone proposed Die Hard in an office building, and the executive said, "Isn't that just Die Hard?" But that's basically what Skyscraper is. It's like Die Hard, but it's an even bigger tower this time. Like,
Is that what it's
cool.
about?
More or less. Like, the details are different from Die Hard, but it is still a movie where an unprepared hero has to fight terrorists in an action movie in a high rise.
With Dwayne Barack Johnson.
Yeah. Honestly, the high rise in Die Hard was somewhat high tech for its era, but that wasn't like a super theme of the movie.
Well, I mean, I thought the theme was just these Japanese are taking over.
Well, no, the theme is honestly more like, capitalism kills us all and turns us into fucking heartless terroristic monsters. Like, that sounds silly to say about a movie with a cop as its protagonist, but like, you really can't call the first Die Hard movie right wing.
I mean, it sounds hyper silly considering it features it's got a cop as a protag and it's at Christmas time.
Yeah, well, most people point to the fact that like a sympathetic character accidentally shot a child and he's portrayed sympathetically for it, which, yeah, I know that part hasn't aged well, but I prefer, he never says the kid died, so I prefer to imagine that he just mildly injured him and has been kicking himself for it ever since.
This just in: white person rewriting police shooting to assume victim is okay.
Hey, I only do it for Al Powell, all right? Reginald VelJohnson has earned my loyalty. But it's also...
This just in: white person doesn't normally do this, but this particular time. Asterisk for every white person.
But the other thing is that that movie depicts the cops as being so catastrophically stupid that I don't think you can charitably assume a right-wing political bias from it. Because, like, the whole point of the movie is that every step of the way, every cop except John and Al fucks up so severely that they make the situation worse.
Okay.
Like, I'd forgotten this until I rewatched it, because I watch it every Christmas, but, or I hadn't forgotten it, but I didn't really think of it. Remember how when they...
Go on.
What?
Oh, no. I just got this stupid thing stuck in my head where it was this fucker just doing the intro to Candy Shop by 50 Cent.
Anyway, so you remember in Die Hard when the cops first try to go in and the terrorists just like effortlessly fight them off?
Yes.
During that scene, they grab their fucking enormous like armored military tactical vehicle that they apparently need in the streets of downtown Los Angeles.
They grab their massive, enormous, throbbing military vehicle. Yes.
Yeah, which by the way, it's definitely shot to look out of place. Like John McTiernan knew how to frame the shot to make that thing look stupid in its environment.
But
So
it's not. I think it's natural there.
Well, that's not really, because they put it on like these Los Angeles city streets and it just looks fucking weird intentionally.
Like, I'm with you, but at the same time, LA is built for that interaction.
Yes,
LA is like opposite Paris, bro. That shit is built to never be riotable the right way.
De facto, yes. De jure, no. But
Fair.
So they show up in this probably like $50 million in that era's dollars, $50 million military vehicle, and then they try to drive it up a shallow staircase and get stuck, and that's why everyone in it gets blown up with an RPG. So, like,
That's
not only what?
I don't think that's very helpful.
Yeah, like, not only are the cops on the ground stupid, their vehicle is so badly designed it can't go up a shallow staircase without getting stuck. But because that movie moves so fast, like, no one really notices the social commentary the way they do in, like, RoboCop or Predator or whatever. Also, I think I've talked about this on the show, but shout out to fucking Paulina being the unsung hero of Die Hard.
Man, you be doing a lot of shout outs for Die Hard. It's
Well,
July.
yes, because it's one of my favorite movies, but the last time I watched it was the first time I noticed like Paulina was about to fist fight Thornburg to protect John and Holly's kids. Like that's awesome.
Shout out Pot Bellies.
She was actually prepared because he threatens to call the INS on her, and she takes it seriously, but she doesn't fucking relent. She only relents because he says this is going to be the last time these kids can talk to their parents. She was about to risk her immigration status to protect those children.
Dog, you really be going to bat for these fictional people protecting fictional children.
Well, yeah, because it's a fucking excellent movie, and I love it very much, and I watch it every year.
I guess I'm just cynical because like the real life people don't protect the real life children.
Well, true, the people don't, but like this nice couple's children's nanny probably would protect those children. I don't know. You care for a kid enough, you bond with it whether you want to or not.
I feel like I find most movie kids just annoying as shit.
Well, the kids are barely in the movie, which helps. Like it's more they're more of a plot device than they are characters.
Fair. I mean, don't get me wrong. These aren't no Jake Siskos.
Yeah, by the way, speaking of that, I'm not giving the show shit, but it is really funny that they credit him as a regular, even though he's not in like more episodes than not.
I've thought a lot about this, but I what I've come to as a conclusion is this: the legacy of his character is still very important.
True.
And I say that, whereas listen, I don't like, we can go back and forth as to how we feel about watching Wesley on Next Gen. What we don't got to go back and forth on is the fact that the Federation don't give a fuck about Wesley, dude. Sell me otherwise. Federation don't give a fuck about Wesley. I'm sorry. The kid don't matter. The kid don't
Well,
matter.
yeah, because he joins the fucking Travelers.
That was only temporary. He came back.
No, he in the Picard show, he's still a Traveler, isn't he?
Wasn't
that a
he
thing?
comes back, doesn't he?
Comes back to Starfleet.
I forget what it is. I thought he was doing stuff.
So his last appearance in Next Gen, he joins the Travelers.
Yeah, no. I know that I'm talking in Picard. Is he just off with the Travelers?
Yeah, like he is one of the Travelers now.
But like he isn't like with humans?
Well, I mean, I'm sure some humans are part of what he does, but because I know that in the Prodigy cartoon, they even have his mom show up and she jokes like you'd think a time traveler would have more time to visit his mother.
Hold on.
Actually, I know this for a fact because Star Trek Nemesis years ago, back when I watched it, because this is how old I am. I rented the DVD from Netflix to watch it because it was like 2009.
Yeah, no, so he came back.
Well, so that's the thing. So there's a deleted scene on the DVD from Nemesis indicating that he rejoined Starfleet, but that's not really canon because they didn't continue that idea at all when they actually did properly bring him back.
See, everything I'm seeing still claims that like that appearance is canon.
Well, he does appear in the finished film at the wedding, but the scene where he actually has dialogue got cut. Anyway, I'm not saying that he like never interacted with Starfleet again. I'm just saying that he was a traveler and that became his focus. But yeah, like Jake Sisko, because Jake Sisko, I haven't gotten this far, but I know that he becomes a journalist eventually.
Oh, they had him appear in Prodigy?
Yeah, that I've heard about it. I haven't seen it yet, but
Dog, I got a hard time getting through Prodigy because I fucking hate Janeway.
Yeah, you know what? My advice would be do it the same way I watched the Ewoks cartoon from the 80s. Make watching one episode per day one of your chores.
Maybe. Okay. It's just, bro, listen, Janeway did a great thing. Getting everyone back.
But she can't join us.
Yeah, no, literally, like we had to treat her like the fucking protag in Fallout. Like,
Yeah, I remember that comparison from you.
good job.
But you have to stay out there.
Yeah, no, like, you need to go away now because what you did is horrid, and you're not. Janeway's not a Starfleet captain by the time she makes it back. And anyone who wants to argue otherwise, it's crazy. How many war crimes has she committed?
I remember,
not small ones either, and not even like. It's not even like a Benjamin Sisko ass, yeah, I did it, war crime. She's just like, well, sometimes you just gotta cut a being in half. Well, sometimes you just wage an interstellar war with the super hungry zombie people. Well, sometimes, you just piss off a couple Q-like entities, don't take the teleportation, and end up causing a bunch of strife along the way. Well, sometimes you just kind of hijack at a bunch of, she does really fucked up shit so casually.
I remember in Mr. Plinkett's review of Star Trek Nemesis, he talks about that because he's talking about there's like the cameo of her in the movie. He goes, so we get a little cameo from Janeway here, who's apparently been promoted to admiral, even though she should be in prison. And then he just plays a montage of all the illegal shit she does.
Janeway needs to be in prison, bro. Well, no, she should get pardoned because she got the entire Voyager crew, or most of the Voyager crew.
Yeah.
But whatever. Still a good run. She got most of the Voyager crew back, and realistically, this is gonna sound wild. There is one thing that I'm super thankful to Janeway for that we don't consider the right way.
What?
Because of Janeway, we have the greatest hologram in existence.
That is true.
The greatest Doctor to ever be possible. She didn't mean for that to happen. She is no way credited.
Yeah.
But we should give her a little thanks for bringing him back, because the Doctor is a benefit to not just mankind, but the whole galaxy.
Plus 7 of 9, I'm sure, was useful to the Federation, and
I mean, she also was a Borg who caused trouble too.
True. I'm sure her and Hugh did some fucking XB shit or whatever the Picard show called it. I only know a bit about that because I haven't gotten to it, but I know like some of the stuff that happens in it.
Okay, I mean, it ain't bad.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that like it was better than the other like early new Trek shows.
Well, literally the other comparison was it was either this or early Discovery.
Yeah, and I think your comment about Discovery was it was still shaking off the J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. Why is that such an accurate point? Like, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember seeing the trailers for it before it came out, and why I didn't hop back on the bandwagon then was I saw the trailers, I was like, eh. Also, back then, Paramount Plus, or as it was called then, CBS All Access, had like fuck all of its own original programming. So I'm like, I'm not subscribing to a new service just for one Star Trek show that doesn't look very good.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? Actually, speaking of which, folks, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced has dropped.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of piracy.
I've never played any of the Assassin's Creed games.
Take this opportunity to literally play Black Flag because they just dropped the fucking resync.
I did actually just recently play the Doom the Dark Ages DLC that came out, which I'd forgotten I paid for last year.
Okay, but hear me out though. You don't know the joy that is Black Flag. I want you to just imagine now. GTA style driving, but it's a boat.
Jesus.
I want you to include a crew of dudes singing sea shanties as your radio.
I like that.
I want you to think about like the ability to switch fun different locations from the Caribbean to fucking Boston. I want you to think about fun like ship combat, and then I want you to think about everything you already know Assassin's Creed has. It's a fun time, bud.
You know what I would fucking kill for? Like, I know it sounds silly to talk about GTA 7 when GTA 6 isn't even out, but you
Are
know
you
what I would
oh my god.
you know what I would fucking kill? Not even from GTA, but from any game like that, any game of that type. I would kill for a fucking like 70s New York period piece one.
Are you joking?
Why?
You're talking about the game Mafia.
No, Mafia is like the 30s, isn't it? Like the 30s and 40s?
There's different eras of Mafia. That's the whole point of the game.
Oh, okay. I haven't played it. I know of those games, but I thought they were like Godfather era type.
Oh, I mean, I'm currently playing Mafia: The Old Country, which is like in Sicily.
Well, I know that part, but um, let me hang on. I actually want to find out when they are. Okay, the first one is set in the
Put it on the
30s.
screen. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah,
Video
first one
content.
set in the 30s. The second is set in the 40s. Um,
Three.
late 60s. We're getting close there.
Yeah, no, that's like three is definitely like what I was thinking of. Old Country is what I'm playing right now.
Yeah, okay. So we're close to what I'm looking for, but what I specifically want like GTA set in New York. I don't want Liberty City necessarily. I want New York, summer of 1977. Fucking like big ass goddamn bell bottom pants and like huge lapels on your fucking gangster character. I want them to use the blackout of 77, have like your character be responsible for the blackout or something.
This feels like a very specific thing. You're like, I want this game to be set in this specific year.
Well, it's just because I think 70s New York, and then I think you could do so much with the blackout of 77. And I've seen other movies use the blackout of 77 as a backdrop too, and it always comes out fucking spectacular. Oh, you could have one of the side missions be hunting down the Son of Sam killer.
I suppose.
Oh, dude, you could do such cool because they've done a million other period piece
Who's the pro
GTA's.
tag?
Who cares? I don't know. Make one up.
What do you mean? Who cares? Oh,
I just
do.
have an aesthetic in mind. It's up to them to create the fucking story.
Your aesthetic isn't even an aesthetic yet.
Well,
I need a vibe.
like fucking like a late 70s crime drama, like Dog Day Afternoon or fucking like one of those. Like really really grimy, disgusting fucking city. Everyone's miserable. Fucking garbage piled up in the streets. Like Taxi Driver. I want fucking GTA Taxi Driver.
I was about to say you just want Taxi Driver. Like
Well, not just Taxi Driver, but movies like that. Like you could they should just do what the original Red Dead Redemption did and have like segments of the game based on different classic 70s gangster movies. Like you have a whole fucking Taking of Pelham 123 side mission and oh god, that'd be so cool.
uh uh
Fucking badass like 70s rock and early disco on the radio soundtrack.
so put the smoothie down. Let the member berries go.
It's not about the member berries. I want them to do
Oh,
new
remember the
stuff.
blackout of 77? I remember the blackout of 77. Oh, remember bell bottoms? I remember bell bottoms. Oh, you remember taking a Pelham 123? Oh, I love the taking a Pelham 123. Oh, you remember? I remember. Oh, you remember the 70
Okay.
subway? I remember the 70 subway.
See, your joke falls flat because no one who likes member berries knows what Taking of Pelham 123 is because they've never watched anything older than Star Wars.
I disagree because I'm not gonna let you act like I don't exist.
No, I know you. Anyway,
I exist.
I want an original story. Like, I don't want them to just do a video game adaptation of Taxi Driver. I just want it to be the style of movies like Taxi Driver.
I just, I'm tired of the like looking backwards retro thing. I don't want to have to find joy looking to a time in which I did not exist.
I agree, but I'm thinking of like we had Vice City set in the 80s, fucking Miami, and then we had San Andreas set in 90s Los Angeles.
Yeah, like I don't want to go back.
Well, I don't know. I don't think I've ever played a video game set in 70s New York.
See, I also played the Godfather games, so I think I'm like a little like about
Well,
this whole.
true, but those are 40s New York, so it's just similar but different. Also, I never
Godfather
played the
2 is
Godfather
not
games.
40s New York.
No, well, Godfather 2 is 50s New York, yeah, but the first one is like 40s. At least the beginning is.
Does 2 not go into the 60s?
Um, maybe the very, very early 60s.
When like he's doing all the Hiram Roth shit.
That's like, well, the Cuban Revolution's going on, so that's like 58, 9.
Well, because we're talking post-Cuban Revolution when Hiram's in Miami.
Yeah, so it might be like 1960 by the end, but it's not like into the 60s.
What do you need? Like an extra 3 years?
What I mean, like, it's not far, like, it's technically the 60s, but like still with a 50s look. Like, we don't have the Beatles yet. We don't have fucking Sugar Sugar, Creedence Clearwater. Fucking the hippie movement. Like, none of that shit is around yet. Honestly, any era, any decade that has a distinctive look to it, that look didn't really start till like 2 or 3 years in.
Well, yeah. I mean, see, I feel like there is a place for this. I think I'm just oversaturated with like period video games.
That is a problem, and it can become old if you do it too often. And maybe it's just because I don't play period games too often. But it's also like with GTA specifically, they've explored pretty much every other crime-ridden era of the 20th and 21st centuries, except for the 70s. Like, you might as well kill the whole thing off.
I feel like it could just be modern.
That's probably what it will be, frankly, just because they've become so reliant on your character having a smartphone. But
I don't even be like that, bro. Nico had a fucking smartphone.
no, that's what I mean. We've had 2 games now that were reliant on your character having a cell phone.
Well, what's the alternative? You want us to go back to fucking codes?
Well, like I'm thinking of San Andreas. Well, yeah, he had a cell phone in San Andreas.
He had a cell phone, just wasn't a smartphone. That's what I'm saying. So like the only difference is you didn't have the pictures, so you have people doing stupid fucking codes with their controllers. That's the only real difference.
Well, what I'm thinking more like what L.A. Noire did, where like you have to fucking stop and find a payphone to make calls and shit.
LA Noire, even at the time, was called out for being extra as fuck. With its 2-disc gameplay, 2 fucking discs.
To be fair to me, I didn't play it then. I played the PS4 remaster that came on 1 disc, but
I can just never forget that was like one of those games like, yeah, you gotta use 2 discs. Like, okay, fine.
That wasn't unheard of in that era. It was just not the most common.
It was just extra whenever it happened.
I own 1 or 2 games that came with an install disc and a play disc.
No.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah, this is different thing.
Yeah, I know. Like that I could get where this was a whole different boat of like, no, just 2 discs.
I think the Xbox one was the only one that had that too, because if I remember, the PS3 version came on 1 disc.
Sounds right, because Xbox was using dual layer DVDs, where PS3 was using Blu-rays, which has a better compact rate.
Yeah, actually, I remember. So I love the Uncharted games, right?
Oh yeah.
So I remember when I played 3, I was a little disappointed that it didn't have all the cool, like, unlockable weapons and costumes and challenges the previous 2 did.
Okay.
And they've never really officially said why they got rid of them, but I suspect the reason why was space, because when they announced Uncharted 3, they said it would be a 2-disc game, and then when it finally came out, it was a 1-disc. So I think they just stripped, like, every single fucking extra thing out to make it fit on 1 disc.
Because 2-disc games are fucking stupid.
Yeah, because like I've played those pretty recently, and I still have my old PS3 copies of them, and like holy shit, the sand particle effects on Uncharted 3, which came out in 2011, still look better than most fucking games.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. Sorry.
The sand particles are what now?
The sand particle effects in Uncharted 3, which is now 15 years old, still look better than like most modern games.
You just don't be playing many modern games.
I play a decent number. And also, I'm not saying modern games are shit. I'm saying Uncharted was so fucking good that they were basically using every single ounce of the PS3's capabilities.
I'm just throwing out here, like, how often are like when's the last modern game with sand physics that you're playing?
I don't know when the last one I played that like makes heavy use of sand physics, but as for ones that have like any, I don't know. Not that long ago. And it's not just the sand physics. Like, when you watch the cutscenes in Uncharted 3, the fucking detail in those character facial animations and shit is insane for 2011. Like, Uncharted 3 is a really fucking high-tech game for its era.
Oh,
Now,
absolutely.
now, of course, you can just put it on a fucking PS4 disc with the 2 other games, which they did. But, in 2011, its effects were fucking mind-blowing. Which is part of why I still love that game so much.
You just love those games.
Well, it helps that the first Uncharted was pretty much the first ever, like, video game for adults that I ever owned.
Well, there you go. You're nostalgia blinded.
Well, it's not blinded, though, because I've played them, like, very recently, and I still fucking love it. Obviously, the first one is, like, a little janky now, because it's from 07 and fucking it's on PS3, but I'm sure the PS4 version is better. But I love cover-based shooters, I love climbing, I love, adventure. If we're talking story, I love Indiana Jones, and Nathan Drake is basically modern, less scrupulous Indiana Jones.
That's what I was waiting for. 'Cause I'm like, that's what I see as the connection here. This is you playing out Indiana Jones.
Well, yeah, but I've played actual Indiana Jones games too, and I love them, don't get me wrong, but Uncharted is different enough that it, like, has something unique to it.
What's unique about it?
Well, first of all, different character, different supporting cast, kind of different take on the same concept. Because, like, it's about a guy treasure hunting, but he's not an archaeologist. He's literally just there for money.
I like money.
I mean, in his case, he does, like, place some value on history. So he's not going to, like, destroy artifacts to inflate the value of their brothers or whatever. But, like, no, he's there trying to make money, and then he always gets dragged into some crazy scheme that he has to stop.
He likes money, but he has to do other things.
Well, it's good too, because like they normally when you have a protagonist like that, they go with like he has to be talked into doing the right thing. But Nate is, while he is there for the money, he is very much like a good guy. Like in the first game, once he realizes that the El Dorado treasure has more to it than just its financial value, he forgets about selling it. And he's like, all right, we need to get that back so these guys don't turn it into a bioweapon and kill the whole planet. And like, he doesn't need to be talked into doing the right thing. He's just like, well, shit, we got to stop these guys now.
Because his ancestor is the magic version of Marco Polo that did all the shit Marco Polo definitely didn't do, right?
No, he claims to be a descendant of Sir Francis Drake.
He's not also descended from Marco Polo?
No, Marco Polo is in the second. Well, he's not in it, but they talk about him in the second game. But he's not personally connected to him.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah. So he, in the first game, he introduces himself as Nathan Drake and claims to be the descendant of Sir Francis Drake.
Yeah.
And Elena correctly points out Sir Francis Drake didn't have any heirs, and he's like, yeah, well, that's what the history books say. And they never really elaborate on that till the third one, where we learn some more in flashbacks, where he kind of has the same thing said to him back in the day, and he's like, well, yeah, maybe he didn't have heirs with his wife back in England, but And of course, Sully's like, well, you're not wrong. Are you ever going to play them? Because I can spoil if you want, but I don't want to if you're going to play them.
Did they ever make a PC port?
I think they did. Not of all of them necessarily, but I know that the latest two had PC ports.
Let me see.
Yeah, because last time we talked about this, you were looking this up. Yeah, the 4 and Lost Legacy have PC ports. I don't think the original 3 do, but it'll.
In that case, just fucking spoil them because I'm not gonna get my PlayStation out for a while.
Sorry, I was just checking a message from my mom. So in the third game, when he's being kind of like having this standoff with the antagonist, she says she's looking at his file and she goes, Nathan Drake. Of course, that's not your real name, is it? But we won't get into that right now. And they don't really elaborate on that. We find out in the fourth one that what happened was, so we knew that he grew up in like a fucking Catholic orphanage, right?
Oh, okay.
Which is part of why he knows Latin. Like, they kind of mention that. He goes, yeah, the nuns insisted I learn it. So he and his brother, who had kind of been, his older brother kind of got kicked out of the orphanage for causing trouble type of thing. They were
molesting children?
No, it was just, getting into fights with the other kids type. Like, typical kid shit that would eventually get you kicked out.
I feel like that's better than molesting children.
Yeah, definitely. So there's this little playable, several level long flashback in Uncharted 4 where Nate's like 12, so his brother's maybe 17.
Okay.
And his brother kind of sneaks him out for the night, and he goes, hey, I found where Mom's journals are. We're going to go steal them back. So they go out to, it's actually in Boston, by the way, this section of the game. So they go out to like the suburbs to this fancy pants house on its own estate.
Please tell me it's in Brookline.
They didn't say.
Fuck, it just would have been funny as shit. Hey, look, it's Tom Brady's house.
It kind of looks like the type of house Tom Brady would live in, like very old-fashioned, like 200-year-old mansion type of place.
Yup.
So they break in, they find their mom's journals in this lady's attic. And this,
How the fuck do you find them in the attic?
Maybe, no, not the attic. They snuck in through the attic and then they descended into the main house and found it in the office. Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, they're just going through boxes. And their mom always used like a distinctive type of notebook. So if they just see that color, they know it's hers type of thing.
Makes sense.
So they find the box with all their shit in it. And then they hear, like, who are you? And they turn around and this, like, skinny, frail little, like, 200-year-old woman is pointing a fucking gun at them.
What kind of gun are we talking?
Like a snub-nosed revolver.
Okay.
And she says, like, you stay right there. I've already called the police. They're on their way. And then his older brother, Sam, says, we're sorry. We just wanted our mom's stuff back. And she goes, your mother? You're Cassandra Morgan's boys? Yeah. Oh, and she puts the gun away immediately. Oh, I'm so sorry for the mix-up. Cassandra Morgan was like her protege, like colleague in the field of archaeology. She they don't fully specify what happened, but clearly their mother died. The father, in his grief, just got rid of all the mom shit. And she's like, well, I took these books because, Cassandra and I worked on them together, but if she's your mother, they belong to you. Here, take them. Once the police arrive, I'll explain. Everything's fine. But, like I said, she's very old and sick. And I think you can guess what's going to happen.
So, does she, fall down the stairs? How exactly does she die in the next 5 minutes?
She kind of just has a coughing fit and keels over. Now, in the game's defense, they hint that that's going to happen way before you even meet her, because you're exploring the house and you find fucking chemo machines and heart monitors and a hospital bed, and they're like, damn, someone was really sick here.
Yeah, but the idea that it's that perfect timing is fucking laughable.
Well, the story has to happen.
Yeah,
so, plus it was a stressful event for the first 5 minutes till she learned who they were. It was probably hard on her organs.
Hard.
So she collapses, and they're like, "Oh fuck, we gotta run." The cop, because Nate's like, "We gotta help the lady," and Sam says, "The cops are here. They'll take care of her." It's unclear if they do, but they sneak out through the window. They run from the cops. And they're like, well, fuck, we can't go back to the orphanage now, because the orphanage would have found that we're missing and reported us missing, and the police will be able to match that to the description of the two boys who just broke into that house. We're fucked, Sam. What do we do here? And they're going through their mom's journal, and they read about how their mom speculated that Sir Francis Drake had heirs. And Sam goes, well, the police are looking for Nathan and Samuel Morgan. They're not looking for Nathan and Samuel Drake, are they? So that's the start of their kind of not criminal lifestyle, but that's the start of them getting into going on adventures and hunting down treasure and shit.
I want some treasure.
Yeah, and like Indiana Jones, he never actually gets to keep the treasure at the end.
Well, Indiana Jones gets to keep the treasure.
Only in Dial of Destiny. And he's going to destroy it, too. He just doesn't yet, because he just woke up from a coma.
If you believe that sort of thing.
I was there. I saw him wake up from the coma.
Yeah, but he could maybe just go and pull a 180 and just Schmeagle it.
No, I mean, he could, but why would he? He said, I'm going to destroy it, and then...
Well, Smeagol said he was going to destroy it.
Yeah, but that was a mystical artifact that affects your mind. The dial is just a fucking mathematical machine to calculate where the fissures show up. It doesn't have a fucking psychological effect on you. It's just a math tool.
I don't know, man.
It's a primitive calculator.
We haven't had ages of man in which to see the slow degradation of Indiana Jones into his Smeagol-like form.
They should do another one 30 years from now, and because Harrison Ford will still be alive 30 years from now.
My precious.
They should just do one with it's fucking 2014, and 115-year-old Dr. Indiana Jones has to come out of retirement one last time.
I, unlike you, do not need any more Indiana Jones movies.
I don't either, though I would definitely like a cartoon or something.
A cartoon, you say?
Yeah, they make Clone Wars.
Indiana Jones isn't cool enough.
Yeah, fuck you. Yes, he is. Indiana Jones is badass, dude.
I'm sorry, you aren't gonna listen. Clone Wars is oh yeah. So you know how we had those epic samurai that we mostly couldn't show the action of with the laser swords? What if I animated them as super wartime generals? Would you be into that? Versus, hey, you want to see me animate this guy swinging across a fucking gorge with a whip?
Yeah, wow. I do want to see that.
Just go watch Digman, then. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
I could, but I want to watch Indiana Jones.
I don't wanna.
It's actually, someone on Twitter pointed this out a few years ago. It's pretty funny that all the modern takes on Indiana Jones are more unscrupulous than Indy is.
What do you mean?
Like, Lara Croft and Nathan Drake are openly just there for the money and the glory and fame. Like, they're not there
That's how
to
it
preserve
feels with
knowledge.
Indiana Jones anyway.
Yeah, but just because it feels that way doesn't mean that that's true. Indy is there for archaeological reasons. Like, he is. I know you're gonna fucking poo-poo it, but it's true. He is.
He's getting. Oh my god! I get it. You're on Indiana Jones' dick, but like that doesn't mean a game or even an animated show would have content that would be anything different from what we've gotten. Like, what else?
Who said different? I just want more of Indy doing his Indy thing.
We don't need any more. You've had enough.
I haven't. There's no such thing as enough Indiana Jones.
Oh my god, you're like the fat guy at the all-you-can-eat place where I'm just like,
yes.
Please, just go.
No,
like, you
I see those fucking French fries back there, and I'm gonna eat them.
You go now.
I don't want to go now. I want those fucking French fries.
You eat too much. You go now.
Also, if you ever question whether Indy's there for fortune and glory, you look at his apartment in Dial of Destiny, and you tell me that man fucking sold all those fortunes.
Dude, you look at Dial of Destiny, and you can just feel in the background a writer who's like, fuck, I gotta fucking play this off. Fuck, I gotta play this off. Fuck, I gotta play this off.
A little bit. But...
all these things that people said for years about Indiana Jones, it's not real. It's not real. I tell you, it's not real. I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna show all of you.
I mean, Temple of Doom literally ends with him returning the treasure back to the fucking people it belongs to, so...
But it was fun, sure, but do we need more?
If it's good? I don't know, man. I was skeptical of fucking Blade Runner 2049, and that wound up being a masterpiece.
You just like Harrison Ford.
I mean, I do, yeah, but even if he hadn't been in it, it would have been a masterpiece. He's barely in Blade Runner 2049. He doesn't show up till the last, fucking 35 minutes of the movie.
But he's there.
Yeah, frankly, I would almost say he doesn't need to be, but they do interesting stuff with him. Unlike most Legacy sequels. But yeah, Nathan Drake, in contrast, is there for the money. It's just that he also values, the world still existing.
Yeah, and, I think, if anything, having some, gray area conflict there is better than, I'm an upstanding British citizen who just believes in all of the values that you believe in, audience member.
First of all, Indy is an American, and don't you ever accuse him otherwise.
He's so British coded, you know it.
No, he isn't. His father is. He's not.
Look at the fucking school.
That's just what fancy college looked like in 1936.
Yeah, British coded.
Well, yeah, the college maybe, but Indy isn't.
He works there.
Part-time, yeah.
And when he's not doing that, he's just doing the most British thing he can do. Showing up to where brown people are at, deciding what should happen with their goods, and then doing it. That's the most British thing ever.
First of all, they're not always brown people. Second, he's not deciding, usually. And third, when the artifacts have actual magical powers, it's a little different.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because magical powers can't be in the hands of non-white people.
Magical powers shouldn't be in the hands of any people. The most unrealistic part of Raiders is that the U.S. government makes the wise decision at the end with the Ark.
If anything, they make the pompous decision.
The what decision?
Pompous.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you. What? No, fuck that. Sorry, I don't think it's pompous to keep the literal power of God away from the U.S. military.
The power of God is for the people. It is crazy to have the power of God and be like, yeah, you know what this needs? To be in a fucking basement.
I don't blame them. It's fucking terrifying. If I saw the footage of what happened to those Nazis, I'd be fucking pants-shitting terrified too.
Dude, if I had the power of God, I'd put that shit in like the way that they advertise the Declaration of Independence is. Obviously, that's not the real one, but don't get into that.
Yeah. Actually, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. So, in the Uncharted games, you know, there's all the collectibles that you find throughout the game.
Yeah.
They kind of hint that those are like, or at least some of them are canon, because in the fourth game, at the beginning, Nate is retired from treasure hunting and he's working like a normal, not a normal job, but he's working at this like salvage company doing dives and shit.
Sure.
And you know, his brother comes back and he tells him the story of all the crazy shit he's been through, and he even says like, because his brother's like, "Wait, how'd you walk away from all that crazy shit with none of that treasure?" And he's just like, hey, you know, I picked up a few pieces here and there. I paid off my house, my wife's engagement ring, like
Things worked out.
yeah, because we see his house, and it's not a crazy house, but it's like a nice house, like nice little fucking 3 bedroom house, 3 4 bedroom house. I don't know.
That's not a little house, but go on.
Yeah, it's not little. Like it's a nicely sized fucking. It's a house that back in the 70s, normal people could have very easily owned. I'll put it that way.
What city?
New Orleans, I think, or
Okay.
maybe a
Yeah.
suburb. But yeah, because actually at the end of the first game, you know, they have to give up the El Dorado treasure because it's a fucking mystical bioweapon that could kill the whole human race if it leaves that fucking island, you know. And so he's like, oh shit, you know, lost out on the treasure. What are you gonna do? And then Sully pulls up to rescue them in a boat, and he's like, hey, check it out. And he pulls up the tarp, and there's like normal treasure that was also on the island.
Nice.
Because he's like, you know, hey, the pirates were going to take it, or I took this boat from the pirates, and they were too dead to care if I took their treasure too. So,
I mean, might as well get a little bit of normal treasure as a treat.
yeah, and they at the beginning of the second game when Sully has to bail Nate out of a fucking Turkish prison, they hint that he still had some of the treasure because he said like, oh, I had to pull some strings to get you out of here. He used up the last of your money.
Nice.
Which kind of, I'm assuming the money is referring to like the proceeds from all the gold and jewels that they got at the end of the first game.
I mean, it could be from other things, but that's a pretty good assumption.
Yeah, it's only like a couple years later, so the implication is that they still had a little bit of it lying around, and he had to like break into the fucking emergency fund or whatever.
All the implications.
I know. Honestly, as much as the Uncharted movie wasn't that great, I liked the treasure in that movie a lot because they invented like a new MacGuffin and everything.
I 100% blocked that out of my memories. So you're gonna have to really refresh me. I remember hearing it existed. Who was it?
It was Tom Holland as Nate and Mark Wahlberg as Sully.
Ew.
Yeah, Tom Holland was good as Nate. I will say that. He was good as Nate. Mark Wahlberg was very miscast.
You know, I know there's gonna be a day where I can watch a Tom Holland thing and not like be like physically put off. But that day hasn't come.
Like that's a little unfair.
Is it?
I understand why, and you're not wrong, but it's like it's not Tom Holland's fault that those movies fuck up.
So, okay, you wanna know what? I hear what you're saying, but let me hit you with the devil's advocate here. Now, Daniel Radcliffe is a god tier actor.
He is pretty good.
But it's fucking hard for him to get work.
Is it?
It's easier nowadays.
I see him pretty often. I don't know.
I'd say it's been a consistent uphill battle for him since.
Well, here's the question: is it hard for him to get work, or does he just get so much Harry Potter residuals that he can afford to not give a shit and just be selective with his work?
No, I think I think look at who's fucking Frodo?
Elijah Wood.
Yeah,
well, same thing.
I think it's a typecast problem.
I don't think it's a problem at all. Like Elijah Wood is famously just does shit he likes.
okay, fine, maybe Elijah's not as good an example. Like, it's hard to get a role that's not putting you in the space of Harry Potter.
Well, it helps that now he's aged enough that he doesn't really look like Harry Potter anymore.
Well, that's what. Okay, well, that's what I'm saying though. Is like he
Yeah,
had
in
to
the
fight.
immediate aftermath, it would have been pretty hard.
He had to fight uphill, and like I remember being like, damn, I kind of feel bad for the guy because he wouldn't have seen this coming when he's fucking 7 years old or however he was, and they fucking make him Harry Potter. But you want to know what? Tom Holland, you were a grown ass man, and you made a grown ass man choice.
Well, keep in mind, he was like 16 when he got the role, so he wasn't a grown ass man, but he was definitely older.
Grown ass actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like you're right. He's not a grown man. It's like if this was a discussion of like P Diddy parties, he's still not an adult. But if this is a discussion of like picking roles, you should have known better.
Well, I think he probably said, "Holy shit, they're gonna give me like $30 million every single year to be Spider-Man. Fuck yes, I'm gonna do it."
Cool. And now you got paid that $30 million, and now you have to deal with what the other half of that $30 million is for. You were Spider Man.
I think it's worth it to him. I don't think he minds.
Well, no, that's fine. I can't look at him doing any work and see anything except what I view as mediocre Spider-Man.
Well, people actually joked with Uncharted that because that's also an acrobatic role starring a sarcastic wisecracker, that it was like a good acting choice for him.
Yes, but like, I don't even consider his Spider-Man sarcastic wisecracker. That's me just nitpicking, I guess.
Yeah, not as much, but anyway, he was good as Nathan Drake, especially because this is like it's not sharing continuity with the games, but it's a prequel in the sense that it's much younger Nathan Drake. So it's okay for him to be a little bit different than the game character was, and he's a little bit different, but he's still very recognizably Nathan Drake.
So the story has nothing to do with any of the games?
Well, it's weird. They adapt scenes from a lot of the games, loosely adapt, but the story is original.
Huh.
Which
You slap
I
my
would have
tits and
I
call
wish
me
they
a baby.
what?
Smack my tits and call me a baby.
Yeah, I wish they had just not included any scenes from the games and just left it ambiguous whether it shared continuity, because if they'd done that, it could have been like a proper prequel.
I mean, that sounds dope, but that sounds like a level of balls that Hollywood just doesn't have.
I mean, you never know. The Assassin's Creed movie is like canon to the games, so.
It's wild. You think I know a single thing about that fucking bitch ass movie, bro?
I never saw it. I heard it sucked.
Of course it sucked.
But I know that it's had like references to it tossed into like the recent games, so it is canon.
Doesn't make it good.
No, of course not. I'm just saying that it wouldn't be the first time Hollywood made their movie canon to the games.
Yeah, but that's just what I'm dealing with Fallout right now. That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a selling point.
I will say with the Uncharted movie, so like it's definitely kind of like generic in some ways, but it does have some really cool shit. Like the ending set piece is fucking awesome because they find the pirate treasure and the like bad guy mercs, whatever, are airlifting these ancient pirate ships out of the ocean via cargo helicopters. So the big final action scene in the movie takes place on the pirate ships being flown through the air. Like they're having basically a pirate ship naval battle, but in the air, like 300 feet up.
How is there a battle?
Well, because like they're on the ships, they break out of custody, they're fighting the mercs. Oh, the mercs try to like kill them with guns. Oh shit, we got some fucking gunpowder in this cannon here. Let's launch it at the other ship where the mercs are prepping the guns. Like,
okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to beat this guy. Are they fixed point cannons?
not officially, but they're so heavy that functionally, yes.
So like, how is that even a battle as much as light the thing that's aiming over there?
Well, because the guys are assuming the 400-year-old cannon won't light, but because it's a movie, Nate manages to get it lit. Uncharted purposefully plays with some of the old like adventure serial tropes that are a little silly. Like the first game has Sully survive getting shot because he had a thick enough book in his coat pocket type of thing.
See, as games that sounds fine. It just doesn't sound like it translates well.
Yeah, I mean the movie wasn't great. It was just like it had elements of it that were memorable. Like, oh, cool, pirate ship battle in the sky was cool. Oh, the big fucking fight in the Roman catacombs was cool. Like,
It's
there's a
so weird you haven't played any of the Assassin's Creed games, actually.
yeah, there's no reason I didn't. It's just one of those things I missed the boat on. But one of these days I'll go back and play them all properly.
You definitely should, just because like there was something special to back in the day having a boss fight with Pope.
True.
It was special. Like that shit hit correctly in 2010. Like
Actually, so during that catacomb sequence in the Uncharted movie, they're in the catacombs on the radio talking to Sully, who's trying to find an entrance for them above ground, right?
okay.
And so he's following their position on the electronic map, and it leads him into a Papa John's. Which, first of all, Papa John's in Rome, that's hysterical. Second, probably intentional product placement they got paid for, but it's funny because the actual catacombs, like the real life version, actually does have a bunch of just modern day stores and restaurants in it.
Yeah.
Like they're actually, I don't know if it's literally a Papa John's, but there actually are just like American restaurants in these 1,000-year-old catacombs.
Where else are they gonna go?
Yeah, so there's like a whole scene where Sully has to go into the Papa John's and break one of the glass windows blocking off the catacombs in order to open a hole for Nate to crawl out through. And there's just like customers trying to eat pizza getting freaked out. It wasn't like an amazing movie, but it was entertaining enough that I watched it.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Also, for some reason, even though I saw it on a Tuesday after it came out in the middle of the day, the theater was fucking packed. And this was like closer to COVID too, when people still weren't going to movies. It was really weird.
Club going up on a Tuesday, I guess. So,
I mean, hell, Obsession was relatively populated the other day, but that's because Obsession is a fucking huge movie.
Yeah, everyone and their mother's going to see that.
Yeah, whereas Uncharted still doesn't have a sequel like 3.5 years later. They still keep hinting that they're going to do one, but they keep not doing it.
Video games don't need movies.
They also did the fucking thing I hate where Sully doesn't have a mustache the whole game, and then in the post-credit scene shows up with the mustache. He had to earn his fucking mustache.
I mean, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Mark Wahlberg was miscast. Though, for what the role in the movie was, he did a half-decent job with it.
I consider Mark Wahlberg to be more of a Mr. Cast, but I dig it.
True. The whole reason I thought of this is because there's a line. So, like, at the end, they ultimately decide that they'd rather drop the ships and let the treasure stay in the ocean than let these fucking villains have it, right?
Okay.
And, like, there's the bit where Sully has to make the choice whether to save Nate or save the treasure, and he ultimately saves Nate to make up for the fact that he left Nate behind earlier.
Okay.
And so they drop the ships, and the ships land in the ocean. Like, obviously they get damaged from the impact, but they're somewhat intact, and the sails come unfurled, and these, like, ancient pirate ships are at sea once again. It's this really cool sight.
Art.
And they're looking down at it, and Nate goes like, oh, you can't put a price on a visual like that. And Sully just goes, yeah, you can. The price is $4 to $6 billion.
Yeah.
Because that's what the treasure would have been. But I mean, there was some cool shit. Anthony Banderas is the kind of fake out villain.
Who's Anthony Banderas?
Antonio Banderas, rather. I'm mixing him up with Anthony Hopkins.
What the fucking gentrification is happening? Anthony Banderas?
Well, They're both 90s era actors who are in a bunch of movies I love. Man, I don't know.
I'm Anthony Banderas from the hit movie Zorro.
Yeah, Antonio Banderas. Yeah, he's the, when I say fake out villain, what I mean is that he's the guy you think is going to be the main antagonist until he turns out to be too reasonable, so his underling stabs him and takes over. Like the kind of classic, adventure movie gambit.
I've seen movies before.
Yeah. It wasn't a very original movie, but it was fun enough that I watched it like once or twice.
And you want a sequel to an unoriginal?
I didn't say I wanted a sequel. I'm just saying that, like, they keep saying they're going to do one and not doing it.
Don't do it.
Yeah. I mean, if you can make it good, do it. But if you can't, then...
Stop making movies for video games.
Yeah. The Last of Us TV show came out pretty great overall, despite some of the issues I had with season 2. But...
Are people just like, man, why are we taking this subpar content?
Well, that Last of Us is not subpar content, but if you're talking about the Uncharted movie, it didn't do particularly well. I think
in general, making TV shows about video games is subpar content.
It depends. I think Last of Us pulled it off pretty well. Most do not, though.
I think the idea of pulling it off is not enough. That's what I mean. That's too low of a bar.
Okay, so let me rephrase then. They didn't just pull it off. They actually, at least more so in season 1, but even in season 2, they actually did like make it somewhat transformative. Like they had whole new dimensions to it that made for a good experience.
I know there's new levels to it, and that's cool. I guess my personal vibe is just like, what? If anything that you think was like another layer to this that was cool or whatever, either should have been in the game, should have been DLC, like, or can be in a sequel.
So one of the things in the show actually started life as an idea for a DLC for the second game. And they didn't do it just because it didn't have enough meat on the bones to be a whole DLC, but it had enough meat on the bones to be like a 10-minute opening to an episode.
So at that point, it's not even about the fucking TV show. That's just cut content.
Well, it didn't, like, keep in mind, when I say cut content, I just mean it was a hypothetical. They didn't, like, start development on it and then can it.
I feel like I feel like even dreaming it up is development.
Yeah, it was an idea that Druckmann had bouncing around his head when he did the first game, and there just wasn't room for it in the first game.
Sure.
And then thought about doing it as a DLC for the second and decided, it's not really enough to be a whole DLC. And then when the TV show was made, he was like, oh, I finally have an opportunity to use this scene in my head.
There's time now.
But yeah, honestly, this is going to sound crazy, but bear with me. Even if you have no interest in watching The Last of Us TV show, that's fine. Watch just the 3rd episode of season 1. Because it's almost entirely a standalone plot with nothing to do with anything else. And it's so fucking good.
No, hear me out. Make its own thing, otherwise it's not worth it.
Well, so remember Bill and Frank in the game?
Yes.
So that works perfectly in a video game, but that whole section is basically just a fetch quest, right?
So you told me about this, but like how like you like see them before the other one's dead or whatever.
Sort of. So you remember the level, right? Where you team up with Bill, and yeah. So at the end of it, you find out Frank is dead, and like he was bitten, and he chose to die as himself, type of thing.
Yeah.
So because that whole level is basically a fetch quest and is therefore not very fun if you're not playing it, they decided they needed to like change it for the show because like we still need to explore Bill, but what are we just going to have like one episode of Bill helping them do a fucking supply run? That's not very interesting.
Are we going to check on his traps or something or no?
Yeah, so instead what they did was they did a whole the end of the episode ties into the main series plot, like the last 10 minutes, but most of the episode is just all about Bill and Frank's relationship, like
Yeah, no,
throughout the apocalypse.
I get it. I just don't get why I care.
Because they made you care, because it was a gut-wrenching story.
No, but if like this story has to stand on the back of this of all this other shit, it doesn't matter.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't have to. It's part of The Last of Us, but you can watch it on its own and it makes sense.
But that's not the world in which it was released. Like,
no, it's an episode of a show, but like the story itself is self-contained.
Yeah, sure, but like, my point is, we're using all these IPs as vehicles.
I mean, keep in mind that the original creator did write this, so it's not like fanfic. It's not like somebody took some IP and slapped on an idea they had for something else.
No, it's just like guy couldn't just make a whole new thing. He had to ride the fucking coattails.
Well, he had to change the storyline to fit this new format, so what he came up with was very different and also very good.
Well, give me a new story. I'll just change the fucking story. I don't know, man. Like,
I mean, it's an adaptation. He didn't take the old fucking thing away from you.
No, I'm not saying he took the old thing away from me. I just hate when I go to Barnes & Noble, and Barnes & Noble's trying to have me pay $30 for a book that's been, like, sold 20 times already.
I do agree on that related subject. I fucking hate when they sell the version of the book with the movie cover. I hate that shit.
Oh.
Unfortunately, man. I'm stuck with a fucking copy of John Dies at the End that's like that, but at least the movie cover looks really cool on that one, so I can tolerate it, but...
Like, literally, I still think it's crazy how they're like, Andy Weir, fuck it, we're just putting the alien on the cover.
Yeah, that part, I haven't read or seen it yet, but to my understanding, that part is bullshit.
Like, I understand what they want to do. I get it. I personally just keep getting this vibe that's like, we find a story that we like or is enjoyable, and so we almost have to make it more digestible for a wider audience, and we do this by translating it and changing it and slightly adapting it, slightly molding it. Because some people don't like animation, or some people don't like video games, or some
they
people
actually that was one of the criticisms of season 2, is that with season 2 they kind of did do that to some extent, which is why I didn't like season 2 as much. But season 1 keep other.
Well, no, I'm saying that inherently, like, having to force it to another medium because it's more widespread, that's watering down to get it to a larger audience.
Yeah, you can accuse them of that with season 2, but with the Bill and Frank storyline, it wasn't watering it down. In fact, it was the opposite. It was...
Well, sure, but I'm saying that the existence of the TV show in itself, the first season, it's because a bunch of people don't want to go through the effort of playing a video game.
Well, frankly, more accurately, it's just so that you can show it to people who are too old to know how to play a fucking video game. But
dude, don't use fucking ageism as a crutch. That's lame.
By the way, I'm sure you've seen this before.
There's tons of boomers and people our age who act that way too.
I'm sure you've seen this before, but you reminded me of it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, this is like a minor collector's item now. Is that?
Yeah, no, because that's hilarious on like a couple different levels. I'm like, huh, I like that.
Honestly, speaking of the old people can't play video games thing, you can tell.
It's not old people.
No, I know, but
it's not old. Why are we putting?
I know.
Well, why are you protecting them?
I'm not.
No, you're protecting the goddamn who's the people who are after boomers? Is it X after boomers?
Yeah, Gen Xers.
Yeah, you're protecting all those Gen Xers who are not too old to do anything but they just like to say they're old. It's like, nah, dude, you're fucking 50 and lazy.
No,
All you
I agree.
watch TV,
But
you're fucking
speaking of Gen Xers who can't play video games, that was actually something when they were on the press tour for the Last of Us show. At one point, they tried to make Pedro Pascal play the Last of Us video game, and he
I know it.
died immediately.
Well, it really feels like a lot of these things are because people can't take a story in its original format, and so you have to translate it. It's like, okay, it's like when I was in school, and the fucking kids can't go through the effort of reading Greek mythology,
So they watched Troy instead.
so they watch Troy and Percy Jackson instead, and I have to have some fucking asshole telling me how he fucking knows better because he doesn't know that Hades and Thanatos are not the same person. Death
Actually,
and dead are not the same thing.
Speaking of that, because I had the DVD of it on hand from the library because my grandma wanted it, last night I watched the Keira Knightley version of Pride and Prejudice.
How's that?
It was pretty good. I mean, I've never actually read Pride and Prejudice, so I don't know how it stacks up against the book, but I know it got really good reviews at the time, so I know that they purposefully didn't modernize the dialogue, which meant I had to pay attention a little bit to make sure I wasn't missing anything in their weird cadence.
It's funny because this connects with something I wanted to ask you about.
Mm.
Modernizations of Shakespeare movies, or movies of modern Shakespeare.
So before I get to that, I actually had one thing to bring up related. I meant to bring it up when we were talking about Tom Holland. So
Shoot.
One of the actors in there's a ton of actors in this Pride and Prejudice movie who either were already famous in 2005 or are now famous. Like Carey Mulligan, when she was fucking 19 years old, plays one of the sisters.
Okay.
But one of the actors in it is Tom Hollander, who has no relation to Tom Holland. They just have similar names. There was a story a year or two ago from Tom Hollander. He told it in one of the interview shows. Due to a spelling mistake, he was accidentally mailed one of Tom Holland's Marvel residual checks.
Nice.
And he was he didn't say how much it was because that's not his business, but he said it was an absurd amount of money.
Yeah.
It was so much money that he knew it wasn't his because he couldn't possibly get a check that big.
You're like, this is Disney money.
Yeah, or in this case, more like Sony money, but same thing basically. So regarding modernizations of Shakespeare, so I don't know if I'm assuming you're talking about Romeo plus Juliet.
That's not the first one that comes to mind, actually.
What's the first one you're thinking of?
The first one comes to mind for me is a little bit more of an obscure one. So
I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
So can I just have you pull up the picture of this for me? Because I don't think the audience is going to understand how silly this is unless you see a visual.
All right, what's it called?
Oh.
Do you say O?
O.
Just the letter O.
The letter O. From 2001 with Mekhi Phifer.
Oh my god.
Forgot about this one.
Forgot about this.
Oh, because this one just lives in my head. This movie just lives in my head sometimes. So, folks, Romeo plus Juliet's the one everyone thinks of. But this is my favorite.
There was another one after that, too, wasn't there?
There was another one. So, this was in that time when,
Also, this is really funny to me.
I mean, I don't know. It's just mid. But, I said, why is that funny? How's that funny?
No, not funny, but just damn, it's funny not funny. It's interesting to remember how fucking crazy they were about school stuff after Columbine, which I guess makes sense.
I think it's also you just wouldn't make as much money.
Oh my god, this was directed by Tim Blake Nelson.
Is that
it? I didn't even know he directed stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Have fun, I guess.
Well, would you let your kid out the house
after Columbine?
Columbine? Yeah, think about that for a second.
Statistically, it's perfectly safe. Emotionally, I might be a bit messed up by it.
What? Who the fuck is reading statistics? What the fuck are you talking about? This
Well,
is this is the heels of the satanic panic.
yeah.
Fucking parents are being like told that drugs are going to melt your kid's brain. Some other kid's gonna show up and like maybe ruin their lives. The fucking trench coat mafia was just a worry we had like 5 years ago, and Columbine just happened. You're telling me that you're not like, I don't know, a little wary of anything?
My uncle actually, back when I was in college, asked after one of the shootings. He actually asked me, like, "Are you concerned that like there will be one of those at your school?" Like he was trying to get my thoughts on it because like I was the only fucking college age person he knew. So he was asking me like, "Are you concerned about your safety personally?" And I said, like, and this is easy for me to do because it's impersonal for me, but I was like, "No, not really, because statistically, it's very unlikely for any given school to be the one to suffer one of these." And also, I mentioned how all the guns that are popular for use in mass shootings are all fucking illegal in Massachusetts anyway. So what?
I have like a couple levels of just like the fuck. First
Okay.
level of the fuck.
Okay.
Why is it that America is so like able to comprehend that criminals will get the weapons they want to get to do the crimes they want to do whenever they want, except when it comes to white collar crimes?
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible for someone in Massachusetts to get an AR-15. I'm just saying he can't walk into Walmart and get one like he can in Texas.
I feel like the person who wants to shoot up a school is willing to do more than walk into Walmart.
Oftentimes, yeah, but you'd be shocked. Like, I read a thing
I'm
once.
shocked.
So I read a thing once that was, among other things, it had interviews from kids who had inclinations to or even planned to commit mass shooting events who then didn't. Like ones who wanted to years ago and like went to therapy and are now willing to talk about it anonymously, type of thing.
Okay.
And the thing that several of them said was you'd be shocked how small a roadblock it potentially takes to stop one.
I'm getting the big vibe. This is the difference in people who talk about killing themselves and try to kill themselves.
Well, even then, the same thing. But like one of them, again, this is all anonymous, of course. One of them literally like got his dad's handgun and put it in his backpack and went to school with it, intending to kill his fucking bully, and probably some others too. And he was literally like in the hallway psyching himself up to pull it out of the backpack. And then one of the teachers who didn't know it was he was going through just was like, "Oh, hey Jimmy, you mind holding this door for a second while I tape this thing up?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, sure, Mr. Whatever." And then he does, and then after that 30-second interruption, he's like, "What am I doing?" And then he never pulled the gun out.
I
I'm not saying that's all of them. I'm just saying like you'd be shocked.
I don't know. I especially with someone like that, I'm hearing about someone who was going to kill one person at a school, not go shoot up a school.
Well, the way he described it was like he had one or two specific people in mind, and then after that, he was just gonna go. "Gah, gah, 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 gah."
So he was gonna go. Gah, 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 gah.
Yeah,
Okay.
or at least he was considering it, if nothing else, because he brought like the whole fucking 20-round magazine.
I thought you said it was a handgun.
It was, but a handgun can hold like 20 something rounds if it's the right handgun.
If it's the right handgun, that's a lot of like hypotheticals at that point.
Well, what I mean, like even if it's like a Glock or whatever, like a standard Glock has like a 17-round magazine.
I thought it was 12. Okay.
They vary, of course, but like a Glock 17, let's say, has like close to 20 rounds in its fucking mag. That's why every police shooting is so fucking deadly, because cops are trained to empty their fucking mag into the target. That's why the cops never just shoot the guy twice. They shoot him like 15 times.
I don't think that's why, Larry.
Well, there's other mitigating factors, but that is like you'll notice that even in like comparatively justified shootings, when you see the body cam footage, like like times where a dude actually has a fucking gun and is going crazy with it. The cops always empty their fucking gun into the target.
Well, why would you not?
Well, in that case, yeah, why would you not? I'm just saying, like, I'm not passing judgment on such actions. I'm just saying that you can tell how big the magazine capacity is on their guns by how many bullet holes there are in the average target. Like, he didn't stop and reload halfway through to shoot the guy 15 times.
Real John Maddening of this John Madden coverage of the shooting here. Well, you see, you can tell how many times they shot him by the amount of bullet holes they have in his
Yes,
body.
I know. India is a big country filled with many Indians. I know. But my point is,
now you see, during a shooting, what you want to do is avoid the bullets.
The point is that when a cop shoots a guy 15 times, he does not have to reload halfway through to fire 15 shots. He can fire 15 without reloading.
Arguably, he could have just been playing Blackbeard and had 2 revolvers.
I actually don't think that's allowed if you're a cop.
I think it's wild that you just told me a thing with cops doesn't happen because it's not allowed with cops.
Well, I'm not saying that that's the only reason they don't do it. I'm just saying that, like, I'm pretty sure if you walked into the police station as a cop and, like, had a gun on your left hip as well, that your captain would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
To be fair, if you were Blackbearding, you would have them on your chest.
Yeah, true. And cops do often have, like, a backup on an ankle holster, so it's not the craziest idea.
Oh, boy, the idea of, like, them just, like, boom, 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 doesn't reload. He just throws it. He pulls the other
one. I count 2 guns.
Boom, boom. Yeah, exactly. No,
I can't finish that quote, but you know what the end of it is.
Well, I'm just saying, as far as, like, you know, the cop doesn't have to reload. Well, I can give you a couple scenarios in which he doesn't have to reload.
Yeah, true. But anyway, the point is Glocks hold a lot of fucking bullets.
The point is Glocks are great. Don't you talk down on a Glock.
Yeah, this isn't a Glock, but just if we're talking high capacity handguns.
Glock sponsor us. Glock, please sponsor us. Glock, please. I want you. Glock, I love you. Seriously.
It's not any more unethical than taking money from fucking Chick-fil-A, so.
What?
Because Chick-fil-A's evil.
It's, like, less unethical.
Yeah, probably.
Because, like, Glock makes tools.
Yeah, Glock just wants your money. Glock doesn't have a political fucking affiliation, at least not
that
on
being
paper.
Said, I'm going to throw it out here. I find it funny when people are like, you got to boycott Chick-fil-A. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, you see, they don't support my lifestyle. And I'm like, damn. Guess most of the S&P's out, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, personally, I don't eat fast food very often, so it's easy to boycott Chick-fil-A because I just am not that interested in it. I don't often boycott. I will make some exceptions if the company and or like its CEO or whatever did something like really egregious.
Boycotting for a CEO is so wild to me because you're essentially changing your lifestyle because of one random rich fucker. And isn't that the whole thing we're supposed to avoid doing?
Well, that's kind of, see, that's the thing, is that most of the stuff I use doesn't really get involved in boycotts. Because, like, I don't go to Chick-fil-A. I don't really go to, like, Starbucks very often, so boycotting them is very easy.
Why are people boycotting Starbucks now?
They're not, well, conservatives are always threatening to boycott Starbucks anytime they fucking make a red cup that doesn't have Christmas trees on it or whatever.
Oh, wait, hold on. Are you? Oh, wait. So you're talking about Starbucks being rightfully not patronized by God-loving Americans.
Yes.
Because of their unrighteous stance in the war on Christmas.
Also, some lefties were boycotting them at one point, claiming they were giving money to Israel, but then that source seemed kind of dubious, so I don't know. Anyway, my point is,
if you're claiming you're a leftist going to fucking Starbucks, maybe you should reassess your whole fucking view of what a leftist is, bud.
Yeah, I mean, I like the hot chocolate at Starbucks, but that's about it.
Well, dog, I don't need any corporate fucking giving me a fucking boot ass drink for what, $7? Suck my dick, like.
Yeah, well, that's kind of, you said most of the S&Ps out. Yeah, pretty much every company behaves unethically somewhere along the way, unless they're like a fucking worker co-op, and even then, there's potential for abuse, even if it's lesser. But certain
No,
companies,
consumption under capitalism.
yeah,
Bam.
except for eating pussy, that's ethical.
It's not consumption.
Not the way I do it.
So, bro, I ain't taking. I'm giving. If you think that's consumption, then you ain't got the gift.
I'm taking the juice. I'll put it that way. I'm taking something, all right.
I'm giving something. I'll put it that way. But like that
Anyway,
ain't consumption.
yeah.
That's
So
the
I
gift that
don't.
keeps on giving. Ho ho ho!
I'm not like a hardcore boycotting guy, but there are certain individual instances if the company does something bad enough where I'm like, that's it. I'm never giving you pricks money.
Can I give you an example?
Hobby Lobby.
Can I give you a specific example of what
Hobby
they did?
Lobby is run by like super far right Christian nationalists who not only let that affect their business practices, which pisses me off enough on its own, but like
Yeah.
they directly fund like death squads in Africa that are killing fucking Muslims and shit. There's here's an example. Fuck the what?
Fuck them. Agreed. It's just boycott them or
Well, I guess that's the question. Is it still a boycott if you just say fuck it? I'm never giving money to them no matter what.
yeah. No, I'm just like I mean, you really want to boycott? What was that video that came out a few months ago? You know, like I just what how much are our actions affecting the people we're complaining about?
Oh yeah, this isn't me trying to take money out of their pockets. It's more just like you are pieces of shit and I refuse to do business with you.
So if it's not trying to take money out of their pockets, isn't that just virtue signaling?
I mean, it's just my personal life, so yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, no, fair point, fair point. You aren't out here like telling people, oh, you gotta do it. Like,
yeah, I mean, like honestly, with Chick-fil-A, and I don't mean to sound selfish with this, but I'm just trying to make it clear that like my hatred of Chick-fil-A is beyond just their politics. The fact that they close on Sunday for religious reasons, and the fact that they like put fucking sermons on their cups and shit, like, all right, you're allowed to do that in the US, fine, freedom of speech, but I'm allowed to not give you pricks money.
absolutely. I feel like you shouldn't be as mad about the Sunday one, just because that one actually makes more sense to me than the way people take it.
Well, it does give the employees a guaranteed day off, which is useful, but the fact that they do it specifically for religious reasons first kind of sticks my craw a little.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not like they're like being unopen about it. So I think that there's like, hey man, you have Sunday off if you want to go to church.
Yeah, it's just irritating. It's just one of those things that annoys me. I just don't like when businesses let religion affect their business practices. Well, same with politics. Like, it annoys me when I go into a store and they have political signs up, even if they're signs I agree with.
I have such mixed feelings on it because, like, I'm not a fan of big corporations, and I think individuals with their business expressing themselves is just kind of a natural development.
Oh yeah, they're allowed to do it. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying it irritates. Not even irritates me. It's more just like when I see it, I'm like, damn, you really aren't afraid to potentially alienate half your customers, are you?
Well, I guess I partially respect that.
I guess. And keep in mind, when I say political signs, I mean like candidate ones. I don't mean a pride flag. A pride flag to me is not a fucking political statement. That's a basic human decency statement. Fuck you. Not fuck you, but fuck anyone who disagrees.
Hey. Take that energy, put it into hurting oppressors.
Speaking of Hobby Lobby and oppression, by the way, well, not so much oppression on this part, but just absurdity. Did you know they don't use fucking barcodes?
I don't understand the statement.
So you know
I've,
how there's like the mark.
I've heard this kind of thing said, but I don't understand.
So you know how there's the mark of the beast, right, in the Bible.
No, but the barcode is still there though.
Well, no, it isn't. Not on their products, is what I mean.
You mean on the ones they make?
I think they probably fucking strip it off other shit too, but maybe I'm wrong.
You can't. It's in the cardboard.
Well, no, but you can
like,
scribble over it or whatever. Anyway, I don't know if the box
bro,
comes with a barcode.
I don't think fucking Sharpie defeats the mark of the beast, me boy.
Well, okay, I don't know what they do with the barcodes on the shit that comes into their store because I don't go into their store. What I know is that they do not have barcode scanners at their store. They have a fucking underpaid employee having to type the serial number in by hand. And they do so because they think that barcodes are a fucking precursor to the mark of the beast or whatever.
I mean, I kind of get it.
You don't hear it as often anymore because they kind of just realized it wasn't selling. But in like the late 80s through early 2000s, a ton of fundies used like, oh, the mark of the beast is going to take the form of a computer implant chip that everyone's going to have to get. Which, sure, that's not impossible, but like after saying that for 20 years and it not showing up, they were forced to eventually drop the talking point.
I don't know, man. I mean, you say that.
They'll bring it back when computer chips actually become implantable. Don't worry.
Well, I'm just saying, how's the good old fashioned Starlink boy doing?
Like on the Neuralink thing, I haven't checked up on it in a while. I doubt it's going well.
He's still trying though.
Didn't they implant it in a monkey and the monkey like killed itself or something?
I don't know if that part was real.
No, the monkey had some kind of health issue as a result.
Yeah, no, I don't think the monkey fucking like wanted to die or anything.
No, but I think the monkey did actually like have an aneurysm. Oh, speaking of sudden health things, it would not be all right to let the stream pass without bringing this up. Oh man, this is so fucking funny to me because I hate Lindsey Graham so much. I hated his ass more than I hate almost any fucking Republican, and that says a lot. Oh, I fucking hate Lindsey Graham. I hate him so much.
Where the fuck did my...
Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't realize this. Do you know
What's
who
up?
Lindsey Graham replaced when he became senator?
Who?
Fucking Strom Thurmond.
Oh, great.
Which, one, fitting. Two, Jesus Christ, I forgot Strom Thurmond lived so long.
Motherfucker was old.
He didn't leave the Senate till 2003. He was 100 years old.
Literally, people like that are the reason that we need to fucking reconsider American politics.
Oh yeah, no, I fully believe in like a fucking age limit of like 65, maybe 70 if I'm feeling generous. Actually, like compromise position, I could be talked into like you have to take thrice yearly cognitive tests to stay in Congress past age 65 or something.
Yeah.
Like that's my compromise. My ideal position is you get kicked out when you're 65. Fuck you.
I feel like that is too much.
Yeah, like I said, there are exceptions. So maybe that's the compromise. It's like, all right, 3 times a year you have to submit yourself to an intensive cognitive test, and if you pass, you get to stay in the Senate past your age out.
When you say intensive, I think that's maybe a bit much.
Well, I don't mean like calculus. I just mean like, can you recall basic information you were told an hour ago? Type of
Yeah, that's not an intensive test. That's just essentially the shit you gotta do to be able to fucking reasonably drive.
Well, I say intensive. I don't mean like hard, like fucking math. I just mean like you have to actually be paying attention. It's not the kind of test you can breeze through because you do it 3 times a year. Like it actually changes every time type of test.
I took the cognitive.
Yeah.
I took the cognitive test for the 3rd time this week.
None of the other presidents have taken it. I took it. It's a very hard test. Very, very difficult. Very difficult. So I got this from China, and I need you to look at this. Look at it. Look at it, damn it. Look at it, Larry. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, okay. I can't hear you. Soundless Larry. Soundless Larry.
Sorry, it loves to default to the fucking my webcam's built-in microphone rather than the microphone I spent money to plug in.
Fair.
Is that an old iPod?
No, it's a fucking so literally I spent like $5 to a Chinese company and they sent me this fucking MP3 player.
Nice.
And it's got no screen. It can clip onto my damn shirt. It's got a headphone jack.
Oh, nice.
And I'm about to just take it old school because I want my tunes and I want all you fuckers to leave me alone.
So before we go, I have 2 things I want to discuss. One is that I finally watched this episode of Next Gen. I really love that Next Gen spent not 1, but 2 entire episodes dedicated to this fucking hot-ass MILF getting dicked down by aliens.
I love the fact that they did it with Next Gen, and they literally liked it so much. They're like, you know what? What if we had Janeway do it too?
They did?
Literally, they brought this thing back for Janeway. It's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, anyway, I love Blazin' Bev. That's what I call her. I love Beverly. I love watching her get dicked down by aliens.
I too have also seen those old memes about Star Trek officers getting litty as fuck.
Yeah, but I mostly saw them about her.
I thought her and Troy had about even representation.
I see a decent number of Troy ones too, actually.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on a second. If we're gonna be fair.
Also, I don't know if you saw it when I sent it to you, but if not, I will send it again.
Please do.
Hang on. Okay, it's not in there. Fuck me, I guess. Where is it? Nope, fuck you. That's not the one I clicked.
Use the cheeks, Luke.
Here it is.
Cheeks.
This is the fucking realest shit I've ever seen.
It's not bad. But now I just want the Virgin Jean-Luc Picard, the Chad Benjamin Sisko.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Virgin Jean-Luc Picard, the Chad Magneto. Now, the problem with Magneto is that depending on how you write him, he ranges from mutant Malcolm X to mutant Hitler. But if you know how to write him, he's more like mutant Malcolm X.
But see, I'm just saying, Hitler never went through a genocide.
I mean, he'll claim he did, but no, not really.
But he did.
He'll claim white genocide or whatever the fuck.
But
genocide is when I have to look at a brown person in my fucking coffee shop.
And like that's all just like that's all rewriting too, because like guys, Hitler's big thing. I'm sorry to burst the bubble of a lot of folks. Was essentially rebelling against his dad in like a basic Freudian bitch ass way.
That's all it ever is. All these fucking
it mostly is this a lot of times. So Hitler's dad was a pro-Austrian nationalist after the fall of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, and Hitler didn't like his dad, so instead of being a pro-Austrian, he went pro-German, which was a collection of states in the area, including Bavaria and Prussia. I was just like, see, Dad, this is the way the country should be, man. And that's literally the beginning of all of it. It's just, I don't like my dad.
So I can't find the right version, but you know the Crossroads meme where there's like the castle and the.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I saw one once that was like, young boys with internet access, young boys with a tumultuous relationship with their parents. Daddy issues leads to becoming like a trans cat girl, e-girl, and then mommy issues leads to becoming Hitler.
I'm just saying, you could also branch them back together and just go Roman Empire.
True. Fucking true. You haven't watched X-Men 97, like, you haven't caught up on it, right?
No.
Okay, I won't spoil anything, but my God, do they write Magneto perfectly in that show?
Yeah, no, I need some time, but
like just that line from last season where he says, "We are not gods, Magnus," and he says, "You're right, gods abandon those who believe in them." Oh,
just fucking spread it on a Magneto. Like,
oh my God, it's so fucking good.
Cause he's right. He's the goat.
But it's not just that he's right; it's that he's trying to be good the whole season and into the second season. Like, because he knows that being the way he is forces him into unpleasant positions. But when Charles wills him the X-Men, he's like, all right, Charles saw something in me. I am going to give his way of doing things a try.
I feel about Magneto the way that one crying meme video feels about LeBron James. Like, he's the goat! The goat! The goat!
It helps that he's also like one of the most powerful mutants on Earth.
Also, what it is for me is like, I'm a big fan of elemental powers. Something that feels really baseline, accessible to people. It's not fucking like it's not complicated. Like I could explain Magneto's powers to my grandma.
Yeah.
I feel like a good superpower should be explainable to your grandma in like 2 sentences.
I remember once my dad and I, not the grandma I live with, my dad's mom, we were explaining Batman to her for some reason. Because we just like mentioned Batman and she knew that he was a superhero. But she literally goes, is that the one who's from the alien planet? And I'm like, no, that's
Superman.
Yeah, she goes like, but he does have powers? I said, no. Nope. Well, actually, yes, he has the most unfair superpower of all. Money.
Money! So if we're going to count that, money.
Yeah, the very basic summary I gave her was his parents were killed when he was a kid, so he inherited their billions and channeled it into learning to be a martial arts master, scientific genius, and now he fights crime. Like, that was the very basic summary that an 85-year-old woman could process.
I would be like, what if Daddy Warbucks died right after he adopted Annie? What would she do with the money?
Yeah, she'd become Batman.
There we go. Like, that's a good pitch, right?
The thing with Magneto is I've seen other characters with metal abilities, including metal bending and Avatar. Magneto is the only one who takes the power of magnetism to its logical conclusion and remembers, like, oh yeah, he can just short out electronics. Oh yeah, he can cause an EMP that knocks the whole fucking planet's power out.
The only other one, Avatar is the only other one I can think of offhand. They don't have a scientific understanding.
True. I actually would like to see the new Avatar show coming up, the post-Korra one.
Shit. Dogwater. Oh, wait, what?
The new Avatar cartoon coming out, the one that's not out yet.
Oh, are you talking about the twin one?
Yeah, that one. So I don't know what I mean. It's a set after Korra, so I don't know what the technology will look like in that time. But if they have like electronics, even rudimentary ones, I'd love to see a fucking metal bender like just do a little, and then suddenly someone's camera stops working because they like metal bended two little wires apart and made the lens fail or something. Like that'd be so fucking cool.
What I want, I don't think we're gonna get, but what I want aesthetically is for you to give me a fucking like late 80s, early 90s New York.
I was thinking of that, like fucking primitive arcade machines based on like Avatar Kyoshi in the background or whatever.
Oh no, not that. It's for one reason, one specific reason.
Okay.
Capoeira, breakdancing, earthbending.
That would be fucking badass. Earthbending is already pretty similar to breakdancing. So
but okay, see, I'm a big fan of when bending styles emulate actual fighting styles. I think when you take that away, it's dog shit. It's a big reason I'm not a fan of Korra. And so I feel like if you fucking put like turn it into capoeira and make this motherfucker start spinning like a top and start sending out rocks and shit, I need that. Think about that real quick. The fucking because he could be like launching himself like a top. He'd be the Beyblade and the launcher.
I also really love when benders adopt a different bending style and incorporate in the.
You're talking about the subtle thing with Iroh and the main thing with the gang.
Well, yes, but I was even just gonna say Zuko. Like there's one bit in season 2.
He's gay.
Well, no, before that, I mean.
Well, he still counts as gang, and he's Iroh's kid, so I don't know what.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, even before meeting them, he was already inclined to do it because there's a bit in season 2 where he does this motion.
Well, okay. Well, no, but you can remember that comes specifically from when Iroh was training him.
I know. It's just really fucking cool.
Well, that's what I mean is Iroh was subtly doing it the whole way through.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the only reason that the lightning technique even works.
By the way, the metal bending invention scene in the live action version.
A dog shit.
Well,
I mean, everything about it's dog shit. Because also, you shouldn't have metal bending yet. We're crazy to be there. But,
well, I mean, keep in mind, by the end of the show, we're through season 2, so.
Yeah, we should not. What the fuck are we doing?
That's a different problem.
Well, it's been a while and everything blends together. Wasn't metal bending book 3?
No, Toph invents metal bending in like the last couple episodes of book 2.
Okay.
Which I remember distinctly because she learns metal bending while Aang is visiting Guru Patik doing his fucking Empire Strikes Back Yoda quest.
Oh, because I knew he was off doing something and she got kidnapped by Ghazan and the Boulder.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure who was where at what time. Because I thought this could have been when Aang was fucking passed out with his fucking hair.
No, this was so. What happens is in the original, Guru Patik is like teaching Aang, how there's like elements in everything, and he says, even metal has little unrefined, purified pockets of earth in it.
I remember now.
Yeah, and they play that again as Toph is. So the live action version cuts Guru Patik entirely.
That's fucked.
Though with the slight advantage of it's now slightly less obvious that they were plagiarizing Empire Strikes Back, but
plagiarizing Empire Strikes Back. What are you talking about?
The ending of season 2 of the original Avatar is the exact same ending as Empire Strikes Back. They admitted that in the director's commentary on the DVD.
It doesn't mean they plagiarized Empire Strikes Back. It means Empire Strikes Back's derivative as fuck.
Well, actually, no, it's the opposite. It was so original at the time that everyone emulated it since, and now it's cliche.
I'm pretty sure.
No, no one, at least in mainstream popular fiction, had ever done the Empire Strikes Back thing before.
Oh well, now it's mainstream. Now we're moving posts.
I threw that in as a qualifier so that nobody can say, well, actually, in this novel from the 17th century, they did that. Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. Fuck you.
Well, yeah, but it's definitely something they were aware of. I'm saying.
Maybe, yeah. So anyway, so they cut Guru Patik entirely, which means that Toph just kind of figures out metal bending on her own in a second. And they were a cunt hair away from making it work. Because when she
No.
what?
You how can you make it? You can't make it work. You support this stupid show.
No, I don't. I'm saying they were close to making it work and they missed the opportunity. Because Toph, she bangs on the thing and we get the shockwave effect. And
Sure.
we see the little tiny particles in the metal from her POV. What they could have done is have her go like, ugh, and then go and kind of like feel for it and like have like a kind of vision sequence as she realizes.
Not enough. No, that's not enough.
I agree it's not enough, but it would have been something. Instead, she just instantly figures out how to metal bend.
You gotta. We can't be eating shit just because it's something.
Yeah, by the way, she cracks the thing open and literally says, I'm Toph Beifong and I invented metal bending.
Yeah. This is your show.
Anyway, my laptop's about to die, so we need to go. Before I go, I had a question for you about DS9.
What's up?
Not that I'm complaining. Why is Odo the chief of security? Does he have, like, super strength or anything?
Oh, well, he has a lot of secret things. Like, well, let me put it this way.
Because him being, like, the detective makes sense, because the shape-shifting part.
Chief of security works well for the shape-shifting part, because, like, he can be anything and anyone. So him being chief of security inherently, he kind of inspires fear and paranoia.
Yeah, that must be it. Hang on, sorry.
No, you're all good. Yeah, like my take is always that like the thing with Odo is the possibility of what Odo could do to you if he wanted to in the worst case scenario.
Yeah,
so, like he is a weapon, and Cisco is too glad to just kind of sit in the background as Odo's aiming himself at everyone, and sometimes it'd be like, whoa, chill the fuck out. Other than that, makes my life easier if all these fuckers kind of are scared constantly.
Yeah, I'm not saying Odo's ill-equipped for the job. It's just like, well, specifically the fact that in like the first or second episode they try to hand him a phaser and he says, "I don't use weapons," or whatever he says.
Oh, you haven't seen how he does things yet. He does have he does have physical abilities that can replace that. Yes.
I figured he must.
Strength, but like,
yeah, I figured he must have some kind of like physical capability, even if it was skill based.
The best way I could explain it is the way I think non-super powered up Venom. Like
shape-shifting wise?
Yeah, how like it's like I could like launch a fuck I could like hit a fucker over there.
Okay.
Or I can grab a fucking thing and kind of scorpion it over here. Like that level of like
I figure. And also just logically, considering he can change his fucking density, it makes sense that he'd have like stronger physical capabilities than we do.
Yeah, we don't get to see it like tested with like a fucking weightlifting kit, but like we never see he's capable to the point that I've never questioned what he could do with it.
Yeah.
But I think the main reason why is he chief of security could best be explained by this. Quark,
by the shape-shifting.
Well, yeah, Quark is the most capable criminal on that whole fucking thing. Everyone else is constantly getting caught, to be clear. Quark's that fucker who's constantly sneaking by. And even Quark is like, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Every time he walks into a room, he's like, Quark does the thing that like I do when I play D&D, which is this is actually a thing. If I see a treasure chest, I just hit it.
Yeah.
Because you assume it's a mimic, and then it's not, and you go, okay, Odo's not here.
Well, I've joked like that you can tell by how they do the CG effect on Odo that they were taking their cues from the then recent movie Terminator 2.
Very fair.
But unlike the T-1000 in Terminator 2, Odo doesn't have as many limitations on his abilities.
Yeah, Odo can just kind of do what he wants.
Yeah, because in T2 they explicitly say like he can't turn into just anything. It has to be something of relatively equal size.
Meanwhile, Odo's like, I'm a chair. I'm a puddle. I was in the vent.
Well,
I'm a
so that's
guy.
like with the T-1000, it makes sense he can turn into a chair because only part of him turns into the chair and the rest just turns into the floor.
True.
But like, I mean, maybe we'll get this later, but I've never seen a scene where Odo disguises himself as like a fucking water jug and then someone goes to take a sip and goes, why does this water jug weigh 200 pounds?
Fair enough. Have you seen his pail yet?
I think so. I'm
What is it?
halfway through season 2, so if it appears before there, I've seen it.
I think so. You've seen where he sleeps?
Yeah, he's mentioned his pail for sure.
Oh,
I just
okay,
forget
okay.
if yeah, they've shown it. They've shown it.
Yeah. Like, because I mean, that's the only time you really see him as a liquid. He doesn't seem to. That's like the vulnerable state.
Yeah, that's his equivalent of sleep, basically.
Yeah, like asleep and he's naked and he's showering.
Well, technically, he's always naked.
Technically, he's never naked
Yeah.
because he clothes himself. But
The wiki confirmed that his comm badge is actually part of his body, and he simply can replicate the inner workings of a comm badge with enough detail to make it functional.
Odo's built different, bro.
Yeah.
Odo's a fucking monster.
Because that was my question the whole time. Like, all right, I get that his clothes are part of him. Is his comm badge part of him? And the answer is yes.
He can make a basic radio. Like,
Also, I didn't really get into it because there's not a ton to say. But before we go, I saw the new Evil Dead today. It was pretty good.
nice.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that on Thursday.
All right. In the meantime, I am gonna go get myself a drink and probably pack up my pipe and watch that new Patton Oswalt stand-up special I've been putting off watching. This
I'm gonna
week,
go
ahead.
and join up with all of my fellow Romeo hooligans, and we're gonna go point guns on the beach.
Hell yeah. This week I'm starting my Paul Thomas Anderson marathon because I got sick of having never seen any of his movies other than Boogie Nights. So now I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to marathon all 10 of them. Which required getting 3 of them from the fucking library because I didn't want to watch them in SD. And yes, I know that the perfectly legal Sailing the High Seas websites have them, but not typically in HD.
You check the Internet Archive?
I
Bam.
usually do. Movies this mainstream aren't going to be on there, but
True.
at least
I just
almost
know
certainly not.
there's a couple movies I just usually do it there because it's easier.
Yeah, there are some movies on there, but they're typically ones where either they're so old their copyright doesn't exist, or their copyright is ambiguous because they're from another country or whatever.
True.
Like No Other Land, the Palestinian documentary, is on there because the fucking US won't release it officially because they're cowards.
You mean because they support genocide?
Yeah, exactly.
We should probably go.
Anyway, we will be back on Thursday to talk about Evil Dead, and I guess Hard 8 is the movie I will have seen by then. So in the meantime, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications. Fucking kiss your mom goodnight. She deserves it. Call your mother.
Call your mother. She loves
I'm actually about to go call my mother right now.
Oh, she loves you.
Yeah.
All right,
Anyway,
folks. We'll be back at 8.
See you then, everyone. And remember, if deadites come to your home, simply grab the nearest chainsaw and slice the motherfuckers apart. Take care, everyone.